Grab your Bibles, we're going to Exodus chapter 14. And when you find Exodus the 14th chapter, let your fingers drop down to verse number 11. Exodus the 14th chapter, starting at verse number 11. And it says, "And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is it not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than we should die in the wilderness." Last verse. "And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today." Somebody say today. Today. "For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, Lord Jesus, you shall see them again no more forever." Amen. Let me read verse 13 again. It says, "And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you will see them again no more forever." Amen. Now I didn't come with no real deep word. I didn't come with no deep theological analysis, but I just simply came to deliver two words to you, and you are going to be prophets today. So I want you to just find somebody real quick and just say, neighbor, it's over. It's over. Find somebody else and just say, neighbor, did you happen to hear what I said? I said, it's over. Hallelujah. Take your seats. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Yes, sir.
One of the most essential and consistent elements in our life is time.
Yes.
There's an old saying that says that time waits for no man. Why? Because time is something that once it's gone, it's gone. That is why in life you have to make sure that you are making the very best of every moment that God allows you to have, because time is too precious for us to spend wasting on dumb stuff. And see, a lot of us have spent a lot of time wasting time on dumb stuff. Because we have spent our other times on things that God has not even deemed necessary to get to your place of destiny. We have tried to spend our time trying to please people who really don't even really like us in the first place. We have spent time trying to be cool with people who really, they smile in your face but turn around and talk about you behind your back. We have spent time trying to get with this boy and with this girl, and before you know it, 10 years from now, you won't even be able to remember their last name. But at this stage in the game, I have decided that I no longer have time to waste on dumb stuff and on dumb people. Because if you are not pushing me to my place of destiny, it's really simply time for you to get out of my life. Because God has invested too much in me. He has too many blessings in store for me. He has too much favor on my life. That if you are not a positive influence on me, pretty much your season in my life is simply over. So that means no, I can no longer follow you on Twitter because your season is over. I'm sorry, I can't be friends with you on Facebook because now your season is over. I'm sorry, you don't have a ring. I'm sorry, I can't sleep with you. Why? Because your season is now over. Tell somebody your season is now over. Because if you look back over your life, I believe that you can identify with where Israel was. Because if you look back now, you believe that some of us was bound by a whole bunch of stuff. We were bound by a whole bunch of pharaohs in your life. Now, they might not have you building pyramids, but they had you depressed. It had you second guessing yourself. It had you failing out of school. It had you drinking. It had you smoking. Okay, that might just be me. It had me doing a whole bunch of stuff that I should not have been doing. But I'm so very glad that 2,000 years ago, the blood was then applied to the doorpost of my life. And before you know, the very thing that was holding me hostage had no choice but to simply let me go. Why? Because the blood had now had it covered. And so now I don't care what they said about you in your past, the blood now has you covered. I don't care what they did to you, and I don't care how many people know about it. The blood now simply has you covered. My past no longer matters. Why? Because the blood now has it covered. The school counselor said I can't go to that school, but guess what? You don't know what I can do. Why? Because the blood still has it covered. Why? The daddy may have walked out on me, but that's okay. I didn't need you anyway, because God is a father to the fatherless, and he is a mother to the motherless. Why? Because the blood still now has it covered. Tell somebody it's covered. So now, my question is, because I'm inquisitive, what do you do when you have left your past? Yes. But your past is still coming after you. Come on. What do you do when I know I unfriended you on Facebook, but yet and still I can't seem to get you out of my system? I know I unfollowed you on Twitter, but I still can't seem to get you out of my system. I know I'm not sitting with you, and I know I'm not chilling with you, but why is it that when I go home, I still got you on the brain? Is there anybody else besides me that seems like there are some deliverances and stuff that you thought you got away from still seem to creep up in your past? You thought you got over this, but hook, there you go. I thought I left you in 2012, but here you are in 2013. I thought I got you out of my head, but here we go. When I go trying to go to sleep, I can't get a good night's rest because now I got you on the break. So now what do I do when I have left my past, but now my past is after me? So then me and the Lord had to have another debate, because I'm like, okay, Lord, hold on a second. You have now told me to leave stuff. I've walked away, so why am I still dragging this with me? Can I suggest to you that just because you left that person does not mean that that thing's spirit did not leave you? Can I suggest to you that sometimes the reason why we are so bad is because we are carrying around too many spirits with us? Because we have sat down and ate lunch with the wrong folk. You have now picked up a spirit because you have slept with somebody who was not your husband or was not your wife, and now you have picked up a spirit. Ooh, did I say that out loud? Yes, I did. I'm going to say it again. Because you slept with somebody who was not your husband, who was not your wife, who God had not ordained for you to be given your most precious thing to. Now you have picked up a spirit. You have now accepted a friend request that you was not supposed to accept, and the Spirit of the Lord told you to ignore them because they were so fine, and because they were so cute, and because they had the right talk. You have now accepted the friend request, and now you have released the Spirit on your life. So now, what do you do when you have left your past, but your past is still following you? Because one thing I do recognize now is that the enemy is not just going to let you go into your place of destiny without some type of opposition. And see, there are some of you who have been going through some things and you cannot figure out why it is that the second I decided to really get myself together, that's when I started having all of this trouble. It wasn't until I finally decided I wasn't going to be cool with you that then all hell decided to break loose. It wasn't until I decided that I was really going to pay my tithes that the enemy started trying to attack my finances. It was not until I decided that I was going to really do what the Lord said do that now the enemy is attacking my mind and saying, hold on, you're doing too much. This is not enough. You're not ready. So now I'm thinking, okay, hold on, wait a minute, time out. Why is the enemy fighting me so bad? And I believe it was Bishop Younger that said, can I suggest to you that the fight that you are fighting right now has nothing to do with your past, but it has everything to do with your future. Because I believe if you are fighting me this hard right now, and I don't have no money, I must be admitting that I must be on the brink of really getting into my best season of my life. Because if I believe that you are fighting me this bad right here, what are you really going to do when God really finally gives me the car? What are you going to do when I finally do get the scholarship? What are you doing when God is going to unlock that house? I've come to realize that then that the opposition that I'm facing has everything to do with where I'm trying to go. And see, what the enemy will do is that he will try to intimidate you and make things seem so big that he will cause you to become stagnant and to go backwards. Because if you look at the scripture, you will find that then Israel would see that Egypt was now bearing down on them because now God had hardened the heart of Pharaoh. And now he decided, you know what, I said I was going to let you go, but I guess I changed my mind. And so now he would then begin to pursue after the children of Israel. And so now that's when the Israelites got scared and fear began to come into their hearts. And then they would say, well, you know, it would have been better for me to die in Egypt. It would have been better for me to stay bound because I didn't have this much trouble until I decided to get saved. I didn't have this much trouble until I decided I was going to do what God said do. So I would much rather, instead of dealing with the trouble, I would much rather go back to that which was familiar. And see, the enemy will make you think that what you left is the best that you will ever have. But one thing that I know, that if God has allowed it to leave my life, that means that he must have something better in store for me. So that means I'm no longer going to be intimidated by what left, because if you left, that obviously it was your time to go. Because you have now made room for God to really open up the door and really bust open my life and show you that I have a blessing so big for you that you don't even have room enough to receive it. Because I believe the Bible writer said that eyes have not seen, nor ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the hearts of man those things that God has in store for them. So I believe that now that I've made up my mind that even in the midst of my opposition, that I'm still going to pursue after that which God said that I can have. I don't care how bad it gets, but there is a fight in me that won't let me die. There is something in me that the season folk used to say. There is something in me telling me to go ahead. There is something in me that when I want to lay in the bed and be depressed, there is something that wakes me up and say that this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. There is something on the inside that lets me know that I may be going through right now. The weeping may endure for a night,